Hey, welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host. Oh, there he is, Chip. Today we are going to be talking a little bit about Ripple, XRP, and NFTs. If you're ready, Chip, I'm ready. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
With Jeff and Chip, there you go. So
Whoa!
there you
I just
go.
knocked,
Yeah,
just start the video off, knock my water over. That's awesome.
that
Hey,
happens.
that's how it goes. So hey, Chip, I was going through Twitter. I saw this really funny tweet. I thought we should start out with it. We don't always dig in and try to talk in and around people's tweets, but this one is great. It's by Shadow Ledger. He starts out: Fedwire goes down, Bitcoin's too slow, Ethereum's too expensive. We all know how this ends. XRP.
XRP. Isn't that
Man,
amazing?
it's great. I mean, all I he summed everything up one short sentence.
One short sentence. We all know how it ends, right? You know, and that's probably a short list because it's Twitter. I like the fact that he's also at Lord Liquidity. When you think about
Lord liquidity.
he's Lord Liquidity, which I like that too. It's like a fun name, and it's so much better than Lord 66297-134 because 33 was taken, right?
That's
But
right.
so with the Federal Reserve going down, there's like a lot there's a lot of people looking in this, Jeff. They're wondering, is this something, was it just a glitch as they called it? Is there a reason it went down? Because I'm starting to hear some repercussions for people today. Their paychecks didn't go through.
That's
Um,
right.
and then
There was a
did,
lot.
and then TD Bank, which is Toronto Dominion Bank, that went down for hours today, and people couldn't even get into their bank accounts. So we're starting to see. It looks like the old guard is starting to show its age. What do you think about that? Banks going down, Federal Reserve, central bank going down, $3 trillion in payments. What are your thoughts? Like, where do we
Just
go from
frozen.
here?
Frozen. You know what they try to hide, cover up also that it wasn't a hack of any sort. But what if it was a hack? What if there was a hack? They're not going to acknowledge that. Could
No.
you imagine that the Federal Reserve is going to come out and say, "Hey, by the way, we were hacked"? I mean, that just won't happen. So they're going to cover it up with some sort of a technical glitch failure, and here's how it happened. Not that long ago, Citibank had a glitch in their system. They accidentally sent $500 million to the wrong party, and the judge said, "Sorry, you don't get it back."
Yeah, so what do you think is going to happen in that case with the Bitcoin where there's a backdoor in those paper wallets and then they just shut their accounts down hoping that, would you please send the Bitcoin back? That's probably not
Uh,
going to end well either.
that doesn't end well either. So they accidentally sold Bitcoin at 88% discount at $6,000. There's a lot of
Hmm.
turmoil in this space. It's always good. You have some of the key. There's so many key events that are taking place right now, whether it's in the crypto space or the fiat space. But everybody in the legacy system keeps pointing out how young and new the digital asset space is, and they try to, like Janet Yellen keeps pointing out, that Bitcoin is only for nefarious purpose. But the legacy platform has been around for eons, and the digital asset space has been around for 10, 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I can almost understand that we have exchanges that have glitches, that they accidentally sell a Bitcoin for $6,000. There's a paper wallet that has a backdoor, stuff gets stolen, there's hacks. It's a learning process. Obviously you don't
Oh,
want stuff like that to happen. Those companies, they find they're probably going to go away. And the standout companies that have done it right from the beginning, man, those guys are the cream. They're going to rise right to the top.
yeah. Now, what if that actual crash, right? What if it's indicative of something larger, right? What if they're doing maybe a software update? Maybe they're trying to do something where they're integrating something else. They had that whole Fed now, faster payment, this and that. And all they're doing is taking the ledger and they're just debiting, and that's all they're doing. They're adding and debiting. That's it. It's like the Federal Reserve. It's like not a big, all those federal, those FedNow task force, the ones that Ripple sat on, board members sat on, they were in these boardrooms, they participated, And the Fed's going to Fed. They're going to do their thing. They're going to always centralize, control. They don't really like blockchain. And it's curious to see what's going to come out of this, because whatever misstep they had, if it was self-induced, in other words, if it was a platform update, if it was a legacy system they were trying to upgrade, if there was something new they were trying to go in, now they're going to be really scared, because one, you don't get too many chances, Jeff. You go down once, and then you got to start going, man, those digital assets start looking pretty good, right? The digital tokens look good. When was the last time Bitcoin went down? It doesn't go down, Jeff. When was the last time
Hasn't gone down. Hasn't gone down. The XRP has not gone down.
No,
Last
it's
I
not
checked,
failed.
It even you look at Coinbase, look at Uphold, look at some of the strong key exchanges, look at Bitstamp, look at Gemini, look at Kraken. Some of those big exchanges, they have some issues. We've seen the issues like with Coinbase. We saw definitely some of the issues when the Fed had their problem. Then the ACH went down, bank wires went down. So you're not moving money on or off of the crypto exchanges either. It becomes endemic or pandemic, however you want to call it. From a financial perspective, what do you do? It's definitely devastating.
Or it's indicative of something larger. There might be something bigger at play here, because it's kind of weird. All of a sudden, that same day, we saw that on the ledger there was 1.7 that was released, and basically they were able to really do a job with saving RAM, right? Saving memory stuff. And now this is going to be really important.
Interesting.
When they start doing, it was like 1.7 the same day this whole Fed thing goes down. I'm like, all right, weird coincidence. But actually, David Schwartz was tweeting about this. He was messing around with it, I think, in late December, and then finally kind of came out, started working on that a little bit, and they just announced it. But man, just with a couple little tweaks, they're saving a ton of memory, and performance is going to be really important. Why are they tweaking the performance and making sure that they're saving on memory? Because they're anticipating something. When you imagine that there's a reason, you don't go in there and try to fine tune the system. If you just you're like, well, what are we doing? Let's try to make this more efficient. There has to be a reason why they want to, or maybe they're expecting, Jeff, potentially a little more usage. I don't know. Maybe they're expecting to gear up for something. Don't know.
Oh, I agree. I do believe there could be some possibility that they're gearing up. Or maybe someone just spilled their coffee on their computer on the server. They're like, oh my God. Could you imagine that one? Yeah. Hey, you just knocked out all the servers. Not again. I just knocked out all the financials of the world. So, hey, on another note, I thought here's another tweet that I thought was great. This was from Jungle Inc. And it's really, kind of spot on as it comes to the SEC, because the SEC is going after, as we know, the SEC has filed a suit against Ripple.
Yeah.
We know that, and they're making their declaration that XRP is a security, blah, blah, blah. But Jungle Inc. points this out. I have to read this tweet. He's posted not that long ago, but he says, "Thank you, SEC News. I'm down to buy some more Tesla, but I have more than enough XRP. But now that you're wasting taxpayer money on Elon Musk over the dog meme stuff, can you leave Ripple alone? Two dumbass cases at once is overboard." And here it is, breaking: SEC to open investigations into Tesla's chief exec, Elon Musk, after he tweets on Dogecoin. What? I mean, this is just, it's getting to be a parody.
It's getting to be a parody of itself. The funny thing is that one of the things Jungle doesn't mention is the SEC's already gone after Tesla, right? They've already been there and done that. And they're like, wait a minute, what else can we go after? What's all that dog meme stuff? It's like you can't even have fun anymore. It's that, remember that time he came out there and like, well, if you say that statement he gave to I think it was the Washington Post the other day, where he said no comment, but say hello to your overlords or something like that. I was like, he's just got a tremendous sense of humor, because he gives zero Fs, Jeff. He doesn't care. Come after him, whatever. It's a guy that gets out of PayPal Mafia with $180 million. He's like, let's see, put 80 million on red, put 100 million on black. He goes, I'm all in on Tesla, and I'm all in on SpaceX, and that was it. He was just like, that was it. It's like, yeah, I've got no more money. there's only one way, and it's up, right?
And
I mean,
up,
it's up, and he makes it happen.
literally and figuratively.
Figuratively, as in
Boom.
moonshot and rocket
Moonshot.
shot. And you know, somebody else is pointing out, a little bit off subject, but somebody was pointing out the other day that, hey, we went to Mars, and then some guy posted, he goes, I'm glad you guys landed in Antarctica, because he had, it was, I guess that's where they were training. So they had the NASA trucks and they had the rover there, but he was pretending like that's where they actually landed. He goes, hey, congratulations, you know. And now if Elon Musk would do anything, like post the thing, because the meme that I love was him raising up, you know, Snoop Dogg, and then Snoop Dogg raising it. It was like the whole thing of the whole takeoff of the Lion King. And it's one of the things I love the most about Elon Musk. You know, and Jungle's calling it square on. It's like, can you give it a break already? Where's that part of the SEC where you're going to protect us? You know, we're waiting for that Crypto Mom thing to kick in for Crypto Mom, Hester Pierce. And on top of it, we're waiting for the part where you're going to actually protect investors, Jeff. They don't seem to care about us, the investors.
They don't. But you know who does? NFTs.
NFTs are phenomenal. If you guys don't know, it's the non-fungible token. And you're like, could you come up with a more obscure name for that? And it's, yeah, I mean, right now, most of when you say NFT, what comes to mind are the art. Oh, it's digital art. And then, so I was in a clubhouse today, and it was a whole NFT thing, but a lot of newbies in there, and they're like, one guy's brought up kind of a good point. Probably a lot of us are wondering. He goes, Jeff, he goes, hey, I don't understand. You know, am I missing something here? He goes, you know, I can just save it to my computer. He goes, I can screenshot it. I mean, what do we? He goes, $2,000, and I brought up the point is like, yes, that's true. However, this non-fungible token is forever. It's noted on the blockchain. That's it. When you own it, it's on the blockchain. It's yours. And I likened it to going to the Van Gogh Museum, the Van Gogh Museum. That's how they say it over in Amsterdam. You go over there and you're looking at a nice Van Gogh. You know, you're looking at the bedroom scene. And you're like, huh, that's pretty cool. You're not supposed to take your camera out. You just snap a shot with your phone, you know, and then you can take it home with you. Now you own it. And so it's kind of the same thing, but there's kind of some really interesting news about this because Vitzavin came out with something pretty cool, and he is now working on the XRP Ledger Standard Proposal, calling on all XRPL devs for thoughts. And this is XLS-14D, which is a non-fungible token on the XRP Ledger. I love this. Vitzavin is always doing stuff. And if you guys don't know what NFTs are, OpenSea, here it is right here, OpenSea.com or .io, I should say. This is where you can buy and sell and discover rare items, and there's things like this. So this is the kind of things the NFTs sell for, right? This kind of artwork here, you know, spinning things, and there's the price right there, and you can you go in here and you can bid on this stuff here. But OpenSea right now, they really capitalized in the whole marketplace here.
What is so that's interesting. So they're taking artwork and you're putting it onto the blockchain, and then you're marketing. In this case, it looks like it's a 3D avatar of sorts.
That's exactly what it is. You can spin it around
and you're buying it. You're bidding on it, I assume. How much? What is that selling for?
Well, it's 0.125, but it's in USD. It's $185. You can go buy it. I think you can.
So
I think you can put bids on it.
Why would you want to buy that? Is that it's obviously a graphic art, but you're paying for it. But what's unique about it? Like you said, I could go and I can probably buy a representation of an avatar somewhere. What's unique about it?
Well, it's usually just the artist that created it, you know, and that's pretty much what it is. Like you have collectibles, a lot of different people as well, and I am freezing up here, but you know why probably this site is pretty heavy.
Yep, it is.
But I wanted to, so yeah, I mean that's one of the things you can do. But if we take a look over here, which is the proposal, and this is Vitzavin, he basically sort of segmented this out. But I wanted to jump back here, kind of talks about, you know, the impact and then the advantages. First off, the amount should be represented in the user interface, the NFT value, when the user enters amount. So one of the cool things about doing this is there is no amendment required. So they don't have to put it out for an amendment. Relatively easy to implement in the wallets and the client-side software. So there's new native on-ledger features that would have to be supported. Detecting and parsing NFT-like values is easy in any programming language. and then saying that all existing XRPL decentralized features, such as, for example, offer, create, to sell NFTs, partial payments, can all be used out of the box. So really the only thing they really have to think about right there, I'm sorry, right here is the client-side software. So you would have some new native features that would have to be supported. But the cool thing about doing this, Jeff, is the whole idea of, with the XRPL is the cost, right? So you can the transaction fees drops, right? So you can do transaction fees. I can see a lot of things switching over to this, and then why wouldn't you want to pay in that?
That's right. And I think it's interesting. So if you're able to create this piece of art, imagine as a website owner, you want something specific represented on your website. You don't want anybody stealing it, and you're going to pay a handsome sum to put that because that's your digital real estate. So you're putting on your website and it's connected back to the blockchain. So it's serialized to the blockchain. So nobody can steal that piece that you have, but you can also sell it to someone. If you owned it and it's on your website, I can come to you and say, hey, I really love that graphic. Where can I have it made? Hey, you can buy this one from me. I'm willing to sell it. How much? It's going to cost you $1,000.
Well, Marvel.
Yeah.
See, I think where the real things. Yeah, everyone's getting an NFT game, and eventually you make a name for yourself. But Marvel came out with a really cool Spider-Man. It was like a really cool scene, like something you'd really want to have. And I think like 20 grand or something like that. Some ex-musicians. There was a musician from one of those aged rock bands that he sold an NFT for 20 grand. It was like a little bit of like animation mixed with a little bit of music. Very simple, loopy stuff. Something that was on loop. But that's where we're headed, Jeff. The NFTs are going to open it up. It's going to be a whole new world out there. And, people watching on this channel, I want to remind you, click that like, to subscribe if it's your first time here. But we do live streams every day except for Fridays. We take Fridays off. But just click on there. Go over to subscribe to our live channel. Here, Jeff and I will be dropping shorter form videos. And that's all I got. Jeff, anything?
I appreciate you guys watching. Like Chip said, hit the subscribe, hit that like, and we'll see you on the next one.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.